Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Sarah. Nice to meet you. As you know, I'm the owner of this account. I'm the one that you see on it. I'm the one that owns the Discord, which is the reason this account is here. And so I started thinking, we have an LGBT Discord. We have an LGBT YouTube channel, which I've kind of just posted me recreating vines and eating grapes for 5 minutes. But like, how can I like use this to actually like help other people? Because that's what I like. I like that a server can help other people, and I want to help other people. And I was like, hey, I know some stuff about LGBT and what the LGBT plus, what they mean. And I know other people who are in those as well. So I'm gonna make a series about it. Today, as you can tell, we're gonna be talking about lesbians. What's a lesbian? And so, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. With other videos, with things that I don't personally identify as, I'm gonna try to get someone who does, so that they can help answer your questions that you wanna know. And so, let's get into it, shall we? The first thing we're gonna talk about is, what is a lesbian? Man, who would have thought? Like, what is it? And if you look up the definition, I got a computer right here, I got my tabs. If you look up the definition, it means a homosexual woman. What is a homosexual woman? A lesbian. But what does that mean? It's a woman who likes women. Get it straight out, because this is something that I've seen people talk about. If someone is a male to female trans, they are a female. So if you are a female that likes that female, and you only like females, as you know, you're still a lesbian. I'm not saying all people are like that, but that's something that I've noticed. Like, people like, they ask that. That's not really trying to be mean. It's just that they don't know. So if you get this question answered the nicest way that you possibly can, they are still female. You still do like females. There you go. And now let's get into some questions that people have had for me and just overall about the topic that I asked the Discord for. And then when we get into the next one, you guys can comment questions that you have, and they will stay anonymous if you would like, because you can also DM me them. And yeah, that's the plan. Let's get into it. And so one of the first questions that I think I would answer, that's just an overall one, necessarily wasn't that one that I would ask. It's just kind of like, how did you know that you were lesbian and not straight? It's kind of a simple, like, I saw girls, I liked girls were liking guys, and I was just like, okay, yeah, no, this is different. And I was like, yeah, no, the way girls like guys, I don't like guys. I like girls that way, and it's just something that I had to come to terms with myself. But the thing is, everyone kind of knew, so I was really lucky. I got accepted. I'm very thankful for that, and that's kind of just how I knew. I didn't really have an experience with some best friend that I had in a camp or something like that. I wasn't that cool. I don't know what that accent is, but we're gonna get back into the next question. So next question, one that was actually asked to me, not really a common question asked, is what could be common? What is the hardest thing about being a lesbian in today's society? And then on top of it, have you noticed the change in how lesbians have been treated, like 10 years ago versus now? I mean, obviously, it's more accepted, I would guess, than ever, but also it still has its issues about being more constrained, because everything's a big mess in the world now. But like, yeah, it's legal. You can get married in all 50 states in the United States. There are other countries that allow it. I do not have a list. I wish I did. But it's like, yeah, it's more accepted is what I realized from now and then 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was known, but it was seen more as a little bit more taboo, I guess. But then we had people in the public eye who would come out, and they helped make it normalized and be like, yeah, this is a normal thing. And so I would say the hardest thing is that we still have those stereotypes, because someone, they can come out as a lesbian or, you know, as gay or literally anything, and it's like, are you sure this isn't a phase? Is it a phase? And then there's also a stereotype, like, if you're a butch lesbian, you want to be a boy, and it's like, no, that's not how it works. Lesbian and, you know, sexuality and gender, those are two different things. And then it's just also, like, on top of that, like, oh, if you're lesbian, you don't look like a lesbian. I mean, I fall under that stereotype, I guess, but that's just how I like to look, because it makes me feel special. But the thing is, you got your feminine lesbians, you got lesbians that might look more masculine, you got lesbians that look better than some of you dudes saying these phrases, okay? But that would probably be, from what I have dealt with, one of the worst parts. But also one of the worst parts is still how it's not accepted, how you still have people who occasionally throw slurs at you left and right, blah 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 blah. But also, it depends on your views on if it makes a difference. It personally doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, I'll have a laugh with them. I'm like, yeah, no, that's what I am, blah, 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 blah. You know, just get there, because, you know, it's a reaction they don't expect. That was a good question. You got me talking for a while. I like that question. Okay, next question. The next question I was asked, I decided to still acknowledge it, and I hope that you guys can answer it in the comments below, because it's something I don't know. I've tried to do my research to really figure it out, but I guess the most I could find was who happened to make one, but it's not really the one that people are asking. They were asking what the different colors in the lesbian pride flag mean. And now I personally do not know. I know it's a bunch of different kind of shades in like white, and I personally don't know what it means. I feel like the different shades of pink could represent how originally society did think, like, pink is associated with women, yada yada yada. That's what I think based on what I did. But there was also Labrai's lesbian pride flag. Oddly enough, it was created by a man. It was created in 1999 by Sean Campbell. It really hasn't gained much, you know, not many people know about it, but basically it's purple, it's a triangle with an axe in it, and it's supposed to represent like axe-like weapons for Amazonian Amazonian women, Grecian specifically. This is my information, but that's kind of like, that's what I've got when I try to look it up. But if you guys know specifically why they picked those colors and what it means, please do comment it below so that other people can have the questions answered. The next question, yeah. The next question I have, and I'm kind of doing it in the order that I can look back and find these questions, is people say that's easier for homosexuals to find a relationship. More specifically, we're going to be talking about lesbians. It's like, how true has it been for you? It's hard. And now people are like, but like, why though? The reasoning is because I guess we have less options per se, because from my experience, there are more straight women than there are lesbian women. That's, you know, that's how it is. And so it's like, if you have a specific type, there's not going to be as many as that type. And then like, you could have a specific type look wise, and then like, you know, not all like lesbians, they prefer maybe more of the feminine over the butch type or something like that. It's like, so it's a little bit harder, I would say, than regular finding someone you like and then getting in a relationship, because the standards are different and people have different types, and there aren't always as many of those types. It's not impossible, don't get me wrong, there are some lovely, like, it's not impossible, you know, I've had a couple girlfriends, it's not impossible, but it is a little bit harder, I would say, depending, that or I just have a bad personality. Probably that, the second one. Okay, next question. This next question is also on the top of relationships, is what's it like really being in a relationship with someone that is the same, you know, the same gender as you, especially talking about more specifically females, because it's the topic of today. Is like, could you compare a heterosexual relationship, you know, if I've been in one, to you know, being a lesbian one? I have dated a guy before. I've had guys like me before. Yeah, I mean, it's happened. It's a thing. It's, you know, and like, comparing the two, I feel, based on my personal experiences and who I've been with, I feel like I can connect more with women, because there are some things that women can go through that men, you know, they don't go through, that they don't really understand, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that, I just want to get people to be like, okay, like, yeah, you're talking about men can't understand it. Like, the things, trans women, they can understand it better than men as well, because there is a difference between being a man and a woman, regardless of what you identify. It's different. That's how it is. There are some things that they understand more. I feel like emotionally, some of them, they do show their emotion more, and it feels like you can be like connected with them. I'm not saying men don't show emotion. It's just, I feel like they, like, you know, masculinity is a prison. No, but like, they just can't really express it, I guess, as much, and so it's harder to get that type of connection. But also, I feel awkward with guys like that, because that's just not what I like. I'm like all for it. If you're in a straight relationship, go for it. Be safe unless you're trying for kids, you know, type of situation. Like, I'm all for it. Go. You're happy. I'm happy that you're happy. You know, you're not breaking any laws. Hopefully. Yeah, just, it is different, because I would feel like being with, like, women is different than being with men, as in, like, men have different features than women were. Women are described as softer, maybe physically and mentally type, you know, it's different, But that doesn't, I personally don't like men like that, but the thing is, it's still love. It's still being with someone like that. That's the feeling that you can relate in any type of relationship. I haven't loved a man, I'm gonna be honest, but both relationships do have that. Yeah, next question. So someone's basically trying to ask me if there's kind of like pseudo personalities with like lesbians as there are with gay men, like how like I would, yes, I mean, like people could describe someone who is more feminine as like there's different terms based on their appearances and appearance, yeah, that's the word. Like yeah, like yeah, there's, from what I know, there's more like feminine girls, blah 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 blah. I don't know if there's probably a specific term, but a term that I'm very common with is butch lesbian, aka a lesbian that gives more masculine or manly qualities. You know, they have their hair short, they may have like more of a jawline, they may wear guy clothes more often. Yeah, like I've heard it a lot and that type of thing, and like yeah, it exists. It's a thing. I mean, you know, I joke with my friends about it, like I'm comfortable with it. And the question is if stuff like this is kind of socially harmful. I would say yes, it can be, depending on the context, because there are some people who could be, who may not want to come out, because coming out as lesbian, people think, some people, based theories, think you're gonna cut your hair. I cut my hair because I like it. I did it before I came out. I just think it's easier, and it's just, like, they don't want to be called something like that, and have it be used in a derogatory way, type of thing. Like, yeah, it can be harmful. It can, depending on how you use it. I just would suggest not using it, though. Yeah. Next question is, in lesbian relationships, who's the man type of thing? Who gives someone the man? The answer, no. We're both female lesbians. No one is the man. The one who may look more masculine, they may be into more feminine things. No one is the man. The one may be more dominant. They're not the man. They're both women. Or, you know, like I said, if someone's a non-binary person, they identify as lesbian, they're not a man. There's no man in the relationship. No one has to be the man. No one has to be more masculine. They can switch off with, you know, dominant and like submissive. No one is the man. I cannot stress this enough. That's not how it works. Okay? That's all the questions that I really got, and so that's kind of all that I'm going to answer. But if you have more questions, or your question wasn't in the video, comment them below and I will respond to them and give you answers about questions about lesbians. Next week, the topic is pansexuality. What questions do you have for anyone that's pansexual? What really is pansexuality? What falls under pansexuality? Comment your questions down below, and I'll hopefully, most likely, get someone who is pansexual to help come and answer these questions with me. Because me, you know, I'm trying to make sure that it's not just me from my perspective answering stuff like this. If it's something I'm not, I want to get someone. Now, also, you can also message me on Discord your questions that you have by joining our Discord, and then, ask, my name's Sarah, ask about me, what's my, you can go DM me your questions. And on top of that, you can join our Discord. We got 1,700 people. They're pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. I think you might have a good time. And speaking of Discord, we got a community fish because of the Discord. You're probably like, what? And this is kind of where I announce the name, I guess. I'm going to announce it in the video, but I'm going to do a live stream very, very soon. But it's LGBT for short. And its actual full name is Lieutenant Grape Benchlord III. I don't know how they came up with it, but that's what they did. We did a 24-hour poll. That's what the name is. I think it's amazing. I think it fits great. And so now for a little bit, you're just gonna have a cut to a clip of this beautiful rainbow fish that I love so much already. This is our fishy. You can't see because, you know, they're kind of hiding under there, but you can see the different colors, and then in different lights, their color is different. Oh, this is a better angle. He's swimming around, really cute. Yes. But yeah, no, this fish has been a lot happier since it's not been in this tiny cup and it's been up here. And I'm just really glad that we were able to get this community fish. And then he has the rainbow rocks, and you know, they're just happy. So yeah, that's a little fishy friend. I'll post more updates on the Instagram that's in the description. That's where I'll go live and talk about a little fishy friend. And yeah, that's about it. Bye. I love this fish so much.